Welcome to the Women Talk podcast, where ordinary women share their extraordinary stories. We would love for you to share your story on our podcast. Go to www.womentalk.ca and apply to share your story. And now let's welcome your host, founder, and CEO of Women Talk, Bridget Lessard-Diel.
Welcome back to the Women Talk Show, where ordinary women make their communities stronger, one story at a time. Today my guest is Kathryn Easthope. Now Kathryn was trapped in a wheelchair, unable to participate in all of her family's activities. All 10 children, that is. Kathryn was desperate, looking for ways to feeling better, to being able to participate in her family's life again. And she found it. And within 6 years, was able to climb Mount Machu Picchu. One of Kathryn's secrets was essential oils. Let's listen to Kathryn's story.
Imagine you're going along with your day. It's great. You're moving and being productive. And then suddenly you're hit with excruciating back pain. And it feels like nothing will help you get through it. I have suffered with low back pain so severe and debilitating that I could not even roll over in bed by myself. While today I have the freedom of mobility to travel on my own, I've earned my holistic health and life coaching certification. I play with my grandchildren. I'm studying holistic nutrition. I've met new people and friends, and I truly enjoy life. I even realized one of my lifelong dreams as I climbed to the top of Machu Picchu this summer. But it wasn't always this way. Due to my debilitating back pain, I was completely dependent on my husband and my family for absolutely everything. From showering to eating to dressing and even doing my hair. My husband would lovingly carry me to the bathroom so I could go do my thing while he either held me up because the pain was too great for me to hold myself up, or he could wait outside the washroom if I was having a better day. Many mornings he would lift me into the shower, wash my hair and everything else, and while holding me up, lift me out, dry me off, carry me back to the bedroom, dress me, do my hair, and put me back to bed. Then he would go take care of himself and go to work for the day, leaving me with something for breakfast and lunch on the bed. I felt trapped. My hopes and my dreams were fading. I was so frustrated and depressed to watch my life pass by me while I felt completely powerless to join in. When we had family gatherings with our 10 children, Mark would carry me downstairs to the dining room so I could join in the festivities. But I was so medicated that I was not cognitively able to participate. I was just a lump sitting at the table, unable to connect or create lasting memories and have fun with my family. After the meal, he would then carry me back up to the bedroom where I would sleep while the rest of the family continued in the fun. In this isolation, my family's precious moments passed by me forever. I was powerless to change my circumstances, or so I thought. I gave all of my power away to the doctors, medications, procedures, and television. I couldn't see how I had the power to control how I felt physically. I became stagnant and depressed. What in my life did I have to look forward to? I had no purpose. I remember one day laying in bed, looking out the window on a warm, beautiful summer day. The breeze was blowing gently through the weeping birch outside my window. And I remember thinking, is this what I have to look forward to for the rest of my life? The doctors seemed to think so. I was told that my condition would deteriorate over time and never get better. It was a very lonely, dark existence. One day I realized that if I didn't make a change, I was not going to be there for my kids or my husband. I just couldn't see how I had the power to change it. I was told by my doctors that there was nothing they could do for me. One doctor told me I hadn't suffered enough. Yeah, believe it or not. One doctor told me to simply lose weight. I didn't have that much extra on me. Another told me I was too healthy to help. That's when I realized I was giving all my power away to everyone else around me, that I was able to start making the transition from waiting for everyone else to make me better to taking responsibility for my own health. I believe everyone has the right to a healthy, vibrant, and fully expressed life, no matter where they might find themselves right now. It was when I realized that it was up to me to make the change that small shifts started to happen. I started by wiggling my toes. It might not have been exercise. I could wiggle my toes, and that was it. That's where I started. Then in Christmas, for Christmas 2012, from my wonderful mother-in-law, we received essential oils. I had no idea what essential oils were. What did they do? How do you use them? I wasn't even sure that they were safe to use. I then had the opportunity a few months later to go to a special essential oil event in the fall of 2003 in my wheelchair. What I learned at that event about the power of essential oils changed my life and helped me take control of my back pain and empowered me to get out of my wheelchair. I am passionate about sharing what I have learned about essential oils in my classes and seminars that I offer now. By using the oils, I found a glimmer of hope. Freedom to do more with my life than lay around all day was within my reach. Then I learned that thoughts have so much power. They have the power to drive me forward or hold me back. There is the old adage, if you think you can or cannot, you're right. Once I became more aware of my own thoughts and beliefs throughout the day, I realized that I was actually telling myself to be in pain. I believe the mind, body, and spirit are so connected. I came to understand that my emotions, my stress, and what I eat all affect my back pain. This has been a continual process of learning about essential oils and nutrition, learning about my own self-awareness, and growing day by day. This is why I'm so passionate about sharing my story and inspiring people to find what is stopping them from having the life that they want and be able to move forward to fulfill their dreams and find their purpose. Start where you are now. Even if all you do is wiggle your toes, start now. Don't wait. No matter where you are on your journey, you can start where you are to change the trajectory of where you are going and become what you truly want to be down inside. You no longer have to give up your hopes and dreams for the situation you're currently in, be it physical, emotional, financial, relationship, or spiritual. Yeah, the first couple of steps can be hard, and had I not done that, I don't know where I'd be today. I do know I would not have ever reached the top of Machu Picchu. It can be hard to get started, but it's absolutely worth it. Thank you for being such an amazing group and allowing me to share my story with you.
Do you want more out of Women Talk? Sign up for our Women Talk membership today. Receive discounts at all of our live events, talk on more stages, receive free monthly webinars, or host a webinar yourself. Join this powerful sisterhood we call Women Talk. Visit womentalk.ca/membership.
From wiggling your toes to climbing a mountain. How long was the journey?
This journey has been about 6 or 7 years. It's been quite a journey.
Did you ever find out if there was anything medically wrong with your back that they could find?
Yes, absolutely. I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease at one point. So it's not healed, it's not gone. However, I now have more power and control over it.
Isn't it amazing how powerful our mind can be?
Truly.
Have you ever come any other examples where you've seen the power of your mind in yourself or other people?
I see it every day, actually. My husband and I have we've been learning quite a bit from different mentors like Bob Proctor and Jack Canfield and Colin Sprake. And through these different mentors that we've been listening to, we're realizing just how much power we have within us and through our mind and through our own intentions and the thoughts that we have. And when we're thinking about the things that we really want in our life, what you focus on expands. So as I'm thinking about my back pain, if I think about it a lot, oh, my back hurts, oh, my back hurts, you know what? My body will believe it and I'll hurt. However, when I think about just keep moving, I've got this, I'm in the process of whatever it is that I'm in the process of doing, feeling better or studying or improving my health, whatever it is that I want, that's what I need to focus on.
Did I hear you say you have 10 children?
Yes, so we have 10 children. Now, before you get too scared.
I have 2 and I barely keep up. So I'm going to have a few questions for you.
Now, I only had to birth 5 of them. And
only 5.
My husband saved me the rest. We are a blended family, so we got married in 2007. And so now we have our 10 children. We have 5 grandchildren and 5 granddogs. And a grand cat. There you go.
What an incredible family. Now, how old were your kids when you were laid up in bed?
My kids, the first time I was laid up in bed, my youngest one was starting elementary school. And I have a picture of him standing next to my bed, and I'm completely drugged out. I am so not there. I'm asleep, and I'm missing his first day of school. How sad is that?
That would be so hard.
It really was.
What's the, I would assume it's regret, but I don't know. What's the hardest thing about not having been able to move for that long?
The hardest thing was, it was missing out on my entire life. I was missing my children's events. I was missing my work. I worked for WestJet at the time. And I loved working for WestJet. That was my dream come true. I always wanted to be at an airline. And eventually I wanted to be a flight attendant. But that was never going to happen. So missing out on my kids' activities, I didn't get to take my son to his first day of school. And I didn't get to go to concerts. And there were soccer games. I remember there was one time I really wanted to go to one of our boys' soccer games. It was a big deal. It was a high school game. And I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit up. It was just a really bad day. So my husband, lovely husband, he took one of those, it's a lounge chair, so I could lay down on the sidelines. So I was laying there on the sidelines.
Wow.
Soccer. So, we eventually learned that there are ways around it, but it's all those years that I lost, and it's those family get-togethers, the birthday parties where you're celebrating, or Christmas, where I really don't remember them. I just don't, because the medications would cause gaps of memory loss, and I just don't remember.
So do you still take any medications?
Occasionally, if I get to a really, really, really painful point, and even then, they really don't give me the relief that the oils and good nutrition give me.
So what kind of oils are we talking about?
We're talking essential oils.
Yeah, but, they actually take your pain away? Like, do you think is it the oil as much as your mind, the power of your mind, or do you really believe that the oils were an important part of your recovery?
I really believe the oils are an important part of my recovery, because my very first experience with them in alleviating some of my pain, I didn't know what to expect. I'd gone to a class at that special event that I went to, and I was taught that the oil helichrysum acts as a corticosteroid. Now, legally, I cannot make any claims for what they act like in medication, but that was what she said at the time. And I said, really? And she didn't know my pain. I'm sitting there in a wheelchair in a great deal of pain, just sitting there. And I thought, no, I'm already on all these heavy medications, and they don't even take all the pain away. So, how can you say that? And so I decided to give it a try that night and see what would happen. And I used that one along with frankincense. And I actually had a really good sleep for the first time in a long time.
You must have been so shocked.
I really was. It was very surprising. And I thought, well, okay, maybe it's just a lucky moment because I have good days. And so I thought, well, who knows? Maybe try it the next day. So I tried it the next day and I was able to get up out of my wheelchair the next day. And I'm like, no, maybe it's just a lucky good day. So I just kept using it consistently and consistently. And I got home, and even after I got home from that event, I just kept using them every day. And the more I used them, the better I felt. And I thought, wow, isn't that something? And then I started exploring other oils. What do other oils do? And there are specific chemical components that are in essential oils that bond with the cells in the body. And so there's absolute science behind the essential oils that make it so effective. And I thought, wow, isn't that something else? So over the years, I've studied nutrition, I've studied more essential oils. I've really worked through all of these things to figure out, okay, well, if that works, what does this one do? Well, if that one works, what does this one do? And my poor family have been my petri dish.
Like most of us.
So I have found that one of our sons, he had some tonsillitis repeatedly. And we would go get antibiotics for him, which of course destroy that whole digestive system. And we'd get the antibiotics, it would go away, it would come back. We'd get the antibiotics, it would go away, it would come back. And we just went through this cycle for a good 6 or 8 months. And then the oils came into our lives, and I thought, well, I wonder. And so I offered these to him. Of course, he was like totally resistant, did not want to do it at all. But eventually we convinced him, and we had him gargle with them. And within a few days, those tonsils, they were calmed down, and he started getting better. And to the point where he used to get colds all the time. And then he waited a long time. He got a cold maybe once a year after that. So we really were able to boost his immune system by using
Now, why do you think our society does not know more about essential oils?
Well, they kind of fell out of favor with all of the advances in technology and things like that, and the shift in our whole societal thinking in Western society anyway, about what is good, what isn't good. And so they've kind of fallen out of favor. But with all of the more recent research, we're finding that they are so effective in so many different ways. And there are lots of scientific websites that you can go to find more information about all of the different studies that are being done and the different components in the oils. I love every single bit of it. I have so much left to learn.
And what are they made with? Like, is it plants? Is it minerals? Like, how are essential oils made?
Essential oils are just that. They are an essence of a plant. They can come from any part of the plant, for example, from the roots or the seeds, the rhizomes, the flowers, the leaves, the citrus fruit rind. They can come from any part. Now, where it comes from will determine its chemical makeup, its aroma, its effectiveness, everything. And there are so many variables that contribute to a specific oil's chemical makeup. How long it was grown, what the rainfall was, if it was grown indigenously, if it was harvested too early, or all of these different things affect the power of that particular oil.
And what's your favorite oil?
Oh, just one? Oh. Well, helichrysum has to be at the top. Helichrysum and frankincense. Frankincense is called the king of oils.
I've heard of that one before.
Yeah, it was the one that was given to the baby Jesus, right? When the 3 wise men came at Christmas, for those who believe in Christ and go that direction. And the frankincense oil, it's got so many different components in it that it can enhance the characteristics of any other oil you put it with.
Interesting. So do you sell oils now?
I do. I teach about them. I sell them. I offer a 3-day program. My next one's in January, actually, of 2019.
And is that a live program or an online program?
It's live. I'm in the process of also creating a webinar about, haven't decided, 6 or 8 sessions of the
Well, I'm sure we're going to have a little preview webinar on Talk with you. That is, I personally do not know anything about essential oils other than, I know they exist. I know a lot of people believe in them. But it sounds like there's a lot to learn that our society has forgotten about.
Yes, there is. When I teach my programs, whether it's in my 2-hour class or even in my 3-day program, I always start with the basics, just in case somebody's missing a little piece of information. And then I expand. And in the 3-day program, I specifically correlate. This is super interesting. God, I hope you get this. The part of the plant, for example, if it's the root or the flower or a seed, whatever part of the plant it comes from, correlates directly in the body. For example, the seeds are in the roots, or they're down there and they're grounded. So in the body, it would be very grounding to the body and to the mind. By the time I've done my program, you know exactly which oil you're choosing and why you're choosing it, how much to use, and I even teach you how to make your own unique blends.
Let's give our listeners a little nugget. Okay. I think one of the things that our society suffers a lot from is stress. Yes. So if I'm looking to alleviate some stress, what essential oil should I look at?
There are so many options for essential oils for stress. Stress and anxiety is something that I've also experienced. I think you know that. For example, one day I was having this huge anxiety attack, and I took out some wild orange, just put a drop or 2 in my hands, rubbed my hands together, and just inhaled it for at least 30 seconds. And I could feel that anxiety just calm right down. And it was like, okay, I can deal with this now. So any of the citrus oils are very uplifting, and they are so helpful in that way. Any of the floral oils like jasmine or rose or neroli or lavender, any of those floral oils are wonderful to be uplifting and calming at the same time.
Thank you. That's great information. Now, I know that you have an event coming up, so why don't you tell us about your event?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I do have an event. I am working directly with Michelle Post, who works in nutrition as well. And we are putting together an event called Master Your Health, Master Your Life. And we're doing that on November 14th, which is a Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock. Come early, like 6:30, get registered. But we're going to be talking about my story and her story about being female to feminine. And she has a book out called No Sweat. And my book is on its way, coming in the spring. I'm so excited.
Yay! Is there a way that people can find it? Do people have to buy tickets, or they just show up?
Well, we do have a webinar called masteryourhealth.today. They can register for the event there. It's normally $149, but we would like to gift any of the listeners if they would like to come, and we would like to give it to you complimentary.
Wow! And what's the website again to go get your ticket?
It's masteryourhealth.today.
Wonderful. Well, that was fantastic. And I'm certainly going to see if I can attend the event, because it kind of fascinates me a little bit.
Well, thank you. We look forward to having you.
And congratulations on climbing your mountain, hosting your first podcast, and flourishing into a new fantastic life.
Well, thank you so very much, Bridget. You're so awesome.
All right. Well, we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
If you have a burning desire to share your story with our audience, apply to be on our podcast. To apply and find a full list of our podcasts, go to www.womentalk.ca.